spending your money when people don't want you, with money you don't have, in a place you don't own, excuse my French, about shit that don't matter. Stop renting uptown and decide to buy downtown.
Bree, do me a favor. Can you talk to these people for me and tell them exactly what they need to know? Because I know about the FDIC, but they just don't know. School them for me.
Hold up! If the FDIC classifies life insurance as Tier 1 capital, meaning the safest capital a bank can have, why don't you have any?
The 4 areas you need to pay attention to where your money needs to be going, okay? First things first, God's money. What do I mean by God's money? Gold, oil, precious metals. Things that will bring you a return on your investment, okay? We talked about previously, and you heard me break it down in full detail for you guys because I wasn't playing. You might have thought I was playing, but I really was not playing. Producing assets, income producing assets. What are income producing assets? Real estate, guys. Real estate and real estate investment trusts are the next best thing. So if you don't have God's money, gold, oil, or precious metals, you need to go ahead and invest in some real estate. And I'm not talking about a bunch of single family properties. I'm talking about some multifamily properties or setting yourself up investing into a real estate investment trust. That's a REIT. You know what? Ash, talk to them about it.
When you start to change your mindset around money, you go from feeling like I don't have enough to I'm a money creator. When you start to recognize that you dictate the next chapter of your bank account, you determine what's on that statement. Not your job, not your family. You get to realize like, I can create this. And so every time I spend money, I know I can go create more. When I go create more, I do more and I get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so my level of what's possible is dictated by my ability to believe I can create. And when you get to a space where you believe in your creation, money creation powers, you recognize that nothing holds you back. I've been a lot of places around the world, and I realize I'm playing too small. I can travel anywhere, but how am I traveling? Where am I staying? When I'm booking a hotel room, am I looking at the first option that pops up because they put the cheapest option up there, or are you scrolling all the way to the bottom and making that your standard? And when you get to a space where you recognize I'm the creator, you're gonna scroll down to the bottom of the page and say, I want that room, and I'm gonna have that type of room every trip I take. But I wasn't always like that. And so you get yourself into a space where you recognize you dictate the next chapter of your money. You dictate the next chapter of your life. You have the pen that writes the book to your life and all the money you make.
Another thing that I notice is everybody always talks about what they need to do to make more money, right? Now the question is, can your brain help you to make more money? Do you need to get new skills to make more money? Like, what is it that you need to do? Did you know that your brain can help you to make more money?
Is it possible to train your brain to help you make more money? And the answer is yes.
The next thing that I want you to pay attention to is where's a place to put your money. Again, ladies and gentlemen, assets. We talked about assets. I'm talking about crypto assets. Crypto assets are taking over. And last but not least, beyond all the assets I'm talking about, an IUL, Index Universal Life Insurance, guys. You got to make sure you get yourself an IUL.
Let me tell you 3 things I learned working with millionaires and billionaires on Wall Street. First thing, investing is not an option, it's a standard. Wealthy people would rather be cash poor than have their money sitting in a savings account doing nothing. The second thing, wealthy people have a team, an army around them. They have a CPA to help them avoid taxes. They have a trust and estate attorney to help them preserve and protect their wealth. They have a capital advisor that gives them access to more money because wealthy people use other people's money. They have a banker to help them manage their assets. They literally are like the CEO of their money, and they build a team around them. And then finally, I learned possibility. Every day I was in the bank accounts of millionaires and billionaires. I saw where they shop, where they live, where they travel, how they invested for their kids, which means that both you and Ashley Marie Fox can build wealth.
So again, we talked about God's money, we talked about real estate, we talked about crypto, and then we talked about an IUL. You want to learn more about this? Click the link in the description. Life Hacks for Entrepreneurs, Life Hacks HQ. We get at you. Y'all, I got to continue my day on the road because I got some business to attend to. So,
Kudos, Jaylen Brown. You're making smart sexy, brother. You're showing that you don't just have athletic ability, you have the most important strength, which is above the shoulders, the neck up. We've been making dumb sexy for too long. We've dumbed down and celebrated it. We've got to make smart sexy again.
What do you plan to do with the generational wealth? I mean, what do you plan to do off and on the floor with this new contract?
Well, that's a great question. I want to launch a project to bring Black Wall Street here to Boston. I want to attack the wealth disparity here. I think there's analytics that supports that, stimulating the wealth gap could actually be something that could be betterment for the entire economy. With the biggest financial deal in NBA history, it makes sense to talk about 1 year investment in community, but 2 also, the wealth disparity here that nobody wants to talk about. It's top 5 in the US. It's something that we can all improve on. It's unsettling. And I think through my platform, through influential partners, through selected leaders, government officials, a lot who are in this room, that we can come together and create new jobs, new resources, new businesses, new ideas that could, highlight minorities, but also stimulate the economy and the wealth gap at the same time.
Y'all know exactly who this is. God bless, God's blessing as always. Godspeed.